sentences minimum. I'll give y'all 4 minutes for my 2 sentences minimum. Anything and everything you know about Frankenstein. Y'all got thoughts already? It's the AC. I can start class and take you right there. So I'll have at least one sentence so far. You got my sentence. You got my sentence. What are you doing? Okay, show me. Show me your money. What you gotta do is make lessons out for this. Anything you know about Frankenstein? 2 sentences. You know other things, they type fast. You only got one sentence, man. You don't know anything else about Frankenstein? You ain't never heard that word before? What's Frankenstein? What is that? Good morning. We got about 40 seconds left to get our sentences done. Alright, somebody tell me, who is this Frankenstein? What do y'all know? Anything y'all know about Frankenstein whatsoever? What you got?
He was created he was a
Yeah, monster. What else y'all know? Yeah, basically a zombie. Anybody else know anything about Frankenstein? Ever heard anything about Frankenstein? Jeremiah, what you got about Frankenstein? You could. What else you got?
he was scared of fire.
Scared of fire. And have y'all ever seen Frankenstein in a cartoon?
No.
Like, what does Frankenstein look like in the cartoon? What color is he?
Green.
Yeah, he's green, right? Y'all never seen the green Frankenstein?
No.
It's y'all childhood. I'm not old. That's what we not. Alright. So, make sure you type your two sentences in and in. Alright, last time saying it. Okay. Last time saying it. Last time with the phones. Put the phones away. Not make it a problem.
I'm trying to be going shady.
Real simple. I'm trying to throw shade so I don't have to call DT. It's either shade or DT. You're not having to throw shade. So, two more things before we get started today, right? Frankenstein is something super duper famous and made ladies. Alright, so Frankenstein is super old. It was made back in 1818, written by Mary Shelley. This is the first time Frankenstein was created, and ever since then, it's been featured in like 50 different films. Frankenstein is a super famous character. A lot of people think the character is called Frankenstein, but the person who made him is the person named Frankenstein. And the monster is usually just referred to as a monster. So that's like the big misconception everybody gets. Let's skip this one. Alright, so now we're about to get to our game portion of today. We're going to read and compete. It's going to be all of you guys against me in a fun little game of reading. So, like I said today, we're going to be reading out of these Frankenstein books. So we no longer need our laptops for right now. So I need everybody to like crocodile or close your laptops. Crocodile or close your laptop for me, please. And grab one of these graphic novels. We're going to start on page 14. Go grab a
I
novel.
heard the intro so long and nobody can even read what it says.
It's okay, we're not worried about it. Go to page 14. Go to page 14. Page 14 should look like this up here. Okay. Alright, so let me explain the rules for today, for today's game. Today's game is super simple, right? It's going to be me versus y'all, and all I'm going to do is randomly choose somebody for each question. And all the questions are going to be real simple. They're going to be, who is this character? So today we're going to read a graphic novel. So as we're reading about the characters, they're going to show pictures of them. So every time I'll just point to a picture and I'll be like, hey Jet, who is this? Right? And if Jet can tell me who it is, y'all get a point. If Jet can't tell me, y'all do not get a point. So real simple game, I get a point. It's real simple. I'm gonna just choose randomly and stuff like that. And to start off, this is cover of book. Main person in our book, our protagonist, our main character is Victor Frankenstein. It'll be told from his perspective. Victor Frankenstein is our main character. He'll be taken first person. Does anybody know what first person means? What's up? What you got, man? Say it again. A little louder. Yes, that's. I didn't hear you. My bad. Single person's own perspective. We're gonna hear from his perspective, and his perspective only. First person. So we're all on page 14. As we go on, and of course, the game is after each paragraph, I'll just point to one person up here. I'll just highlight them. So after we're reading, I'll be like, who is this person? All you gotta tell me is who that person is. And if you can't, I get a point. If you guys do, you get a point. I guess the prize is, because we'll have a long intervention today, so it's a short lesson. I'll let y'all get your headphones, y'all can listen to music, all the efficient. Smooth little game. That's what we're playing for. Is everybody clear on the rules? Alright. Don't play the text out loud so we don't got anybody reading. All y'all do is just follow along, pay attention.
I am by birth a Genovese, and my family is one of the most distinguished of that republic. My ancestors had been for many years counselors and syndics, and my father had filled several public situations with honor and reputation. He was respected by all who knew him for his integrity and indefatigable attention to public business.
Kyrie, who is this person right here? Yeah, Kyrie, they just talked about.
Alright,
Alright, that's one point for you. You got to lock in, Kyrie. You got to lock in. Open the book. We on page 14. Look, graphic on right there beside you. We on page 14. Everybody's in the novel. Graphic novel. So yeah, anybody know who this guy is? Who is this guy?
I don't know.
Yeah, this is his dad. We call him Mr. Frankenstein. This is his dad. Decorated guy they just talked about, right? Right? That's how the game's gonna go. I'm gonna just ask you, who is that person? All we're doing. Keep going.
One of his most intimate friends was a merchant who, from a flourishing state, fell into poverty. This man, whose name was Beaufort, was of a proud and unbending disposition, and could not bear to live in poverty and oblivion in the same country where he had formerly been distinguished for his rank and magnificence. Having paid his debts, therefore, in the most honorable manner, he retreated with his daughter to the town of Lucerne, where he lived unknown and in wretchedness. My father loved Beaufort with the true.
All right, Jeremiah. So who's this guy on the right here, Jeremiah? Who's this guy? Who's this guy right here on the right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This guy on the right is the guy we just talked about. That's Mr. Frankenstein. This is the same guy. Here, same guy we're talking about. So that's another point for you guys.
Wait. Who was the dude in the wrong seat when you don't say
So of course that's how I'm going. And Isaiah, who's the guy on the left right here? The shorter guy. Who is that? Who's his friend's name? His name? Buford. Yeah, correct. Good job. Yeah, these are our two friends. We got Buford. Our two characters that we know about so far is Victor Frankenstein's dad. We call Mr. Frankenstein, and then Buford, his friend, good old friend Buford, right?
His friendship, and resolved to seek him out and endeavor to persuade him to begin the world again through his credit and assistance. Beaufort lay on a bed of sickness, incapable of any exertion. His daughter attended him with the greatest tenderness. Several months passed in this manner. Her father grew worse, and in the 10th month died in her arms, leaving her an orphan and a beggar. This last blow overcame her, and she knelt by Beaufort's coffin, weeping bitterly, when my father entered the chamber. He came like a protecting spirit to the poor girl, and after the interment of his friend, he conducted her to Geneva. 2 years after this event, Caroline became his wife.
Alright, so let's see, who do I want to see? Ava, do you know who this lady is right here? Who is this woman? You can tell me her relation to somebody or her name. Whose daughter? Who? No, it's not his. That's not his daughter. That's actually Caroline. This is Caroline, right? This is Caroline. This is Buford's daughter. Because what happened to Mr. Buford? He died. Mr. Buford got sick, and then as he died, Caroline, his daughter, was taking care of him. And then what happened to Caroline after that? What did Caroline do after her dad died? What you got there? Huh? Yeah, she was at his grave, but what did she do after he died? Like, what happened? Where did she go? Who did she go? She was an orphan and then what? Last sentence. Huh? What she do with Mr. Frankenstein? Yeah, they got married. So yeah, Mr. Frankenstein married his friend's daughter after he passed away. Stone away. Yeah. All right, so since y'all coming in, make sure y'all grab one of these books. We're on page. You don't even have to open your laptop. We're on page 16 in our little graphic novel. Yeah, bring it to me. Grab one of these at the table, and you're on page 16. Page number 16. so to explain, just catch y'all up, we're reading about a Frankenstein book, and we're playing a game as we read, so everybody has to pay attention. End of it. I'm going to play everything that y'all missed so far. We're playing a game right now, and as we read along, there's like different pictures, and all I do is just ask y'all who these people are as we're reading the book. I choose randomly, so it's not like you raise your hand. I choose a random person each time. Just keep saying on my instructions. You can walk. Good morning. Good. You good. Just come grab one of these books. We're on page 16. It's on your table. So you can should be on the table. If it's not on your table, it's still on the other. And a quick little recap of the story to catch y'all up. We got Victor Frankenstein. We're reading a book about Victor Frankenstein. He told us about his dad, Sister Frankenstein, had a friend named Hugh. You remember Frankenstein book? Remember the guy that created? Yeah. So this is the guy, Victor Frankenstein. The book's about him. And right now he's telling us about his dad, who was Mr. Frankenstein. He had a friend, and he married his friend's daughter after he died. That is what we're talking about right now. That's it. So yeah, look, I got the little picture so I can explain it.
Are you strong?
Yeah.
He just
I know,
explained it.
but the book, it goes in more in detail. So it's more in the background. So background, this is Mr. Frankenstein, Victor Frankenstein's dad. He is best old friends with Mr. Buford. Mr. Buford had a daughter, but when Mr. Buford died, Mr. Frankenstein pretty much took care of his daughter by marriage. And that's all we did so far. And his daughter's name is Caroline. This is Caroline, and this is Mr. Frankenstein. And we're on this top paragraph right here, on page 17. And of course, we're doing our little game about who's doing what.
When my father became a husband and a parent, he found his time so occupied by the duties of his new situation that he relinquished many of his public employments and devoted himself to the education of his children. Of these, I was the eldest, and the destined successor to all his labors and utility. But before I continue my narrative, I must record an incident which took place when I was 4 years of age.
Kylie, who's this guy right here? This guy. Who do you think this is? Who could that possibly be talking to Mr. Frankenstein? Which one? What son? What character? Who is this? We know his name. Alright, Samira, who do you think it is? It's Victor Frankenstein. This is our main character, right? And below him are his what? Children? Because Mr. Frankenstein here, the paragraph is talking about Mr. Frankenstein teaching his kids. So who are these people that Frankenstein to Victor? These are his siblings. This is his little brother and his little sister. And Victor is the oldest, right? Okay, my bad. I need you to say Victor. I just trying to get to Victor. I'll give you a point. What's up? Yeah, go ahead. Alright, so we're on top of page 18. We're on top of page 18. Make sure y'all paying attention. I'm gonna give you a point.
My father had a sister whom he tenderly loved and who had married early in life an Italian gentleman. Soon after her marriage, she had accompanied her husband into his native country, and for some years, my father had very little communication with her. About the time I mentioned, she died. and a few months afterwards, he received a letter from her husband requesting my father to take charge of the infant Elizabeth, the only child of his deceased sister. I have often heard my mother say that she was at that time the most beautiful child she had ever seen, and shewed signs even then of a gentle and affectionate disposition. These indications, and a desire to bind as closely as possible the ties of domestic love, determined my mother to consider Elizabeth as my future wife.
Haley, who's this little girl right here? That's Elizabeth. That is Elizabeth. What is Elizabeth gonna do when she gets older, y'all? What's their plan for Elizabeth? Marry who? Marry Victor Frankenstein. That's the plan for later in life. They're most likely gonna be lovers, all that good stuff. At the top of 19.
From this time, Elizabeth Lavenza became my playfellow, and as we grew older,
Hey, hold on. Hey, since we're gonna be listening to this, I need y'all to be quiet. It's real simple. We're gonna listen to it. We need to be quiet so everybody can hear it. We can pay attention. Latif, you can open your book up for me. We're on page 19. Page 19.
my friend, although there was a great dissimilitude in our characters, there was a harmony in that very dissimilitude. I delighted in investigating the facts relative to the actual world. She busied herself in following the aerial creations of the poets. The world was to me a secret which I desired to discover. To her, it was a vacancy which she sought to people with imaginations of her own. My brothers were considerably younger than myself, but I had a friend in one of my schoolfellows who compensated for this deficiency. Henry Clerval was a boy of singular talent and fancy. I remember when he was 9 years old, he wrote a fairy tale, which was the delight and amazement of all his companions. His favorite study consisted in books of chivalry and romance. And when very young, I can remember that we used to act plays composed by him out of these favorite books.
Who is this guy right here? This guy is smirking right here. Who is this? Who is this person? Yeah, who is it? Who's that guy? This guy right here. Smirking face. Who is this? What is his name? Victor. Let's go, Kyrie. Who is it? Huh? Henry Clerval. This is Victor's best friend growing up, right? What's another question? So can somebody tell me what is stuff that Victor is interested in? What is he like? What is stuff that he likes? Somebody tell me what is something that Victor likes. He talks about it in this top paragraph up here. What's up? What's Victor's?
No, I want to do it. I can't do that.
My bad. My bad. I don't know. I go on that lately, right? Can anybody tell me what does Victor like to do? He likes to what? Jeremiah, you answer the question? Alright, so I guess we'll read this top paragraph over again. So I'll read this. I delighted in investigating the facts relative to the actual world. She busied herself in following the aerial creations of the poets. So, because this is the first person, what does Victor like? What is his interest in? Yeah, he likes to learn about the real world, more in the sciences and stuff like that. Please, everything we need. Let it go. So everybody open up your laptops. Slide 7, we're gonna go to card 3. Slide 7. That's up. That's the comment right there. Because the question that that's above me. We're on slide 7, card number 3. We're done with the books for now. We're going to our little activity. So, just like our activity today, y'all have a little family tree. I need y'all to match the names. Hold on, get y'all done talking back there? So, what we're doing, we're gonna match all these names with the family tree. We just talked about all these people, like who is this person, who is that person. I helped y'all the best way I could, so this is time for y'all. Y'all have 5 minutes. I'm just gonna give y'all 5 minutes of independent time. You only need 3 minutes to put the names with the faces. We'll talk about it after. Right now, I just want y'all silently, level 0, put in the names with the faces. Good. So we're on slide 7, card 3. Hey, we're supposed to be at a level 0. Level 0. We're just gonna match the names with the faces. Got it? Hey, now, is this first? As a team.
I was sitting and she texted me that, calm down, Mr. I can't forget your name. Mr. Dawkins.
You can just hit listen to Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we are still at a level 0. Slide 7, card number 3.
Oh my God, here comes a slave coming trying to just jump in the conversation. I was asking you a question.
What's up? Got 2 minutes left. Y'all go give me the answer. I got 30 seconds left.
Stop throwing stuff.
You heard the man. Alright, so.
We threw it at me first.
Okay. So, let's see how well you guys did. Can somebody tell me who is this little lady right here? Somebody raise your hand and tell me who you got to do. You said Elizabeth. Alright. Alright, I need somebody else. Who is this guy right here with the big old mustache? Somebody else tell me who's this guy. This guy, go ahead. Mr. Frankenstein. Alright. And who's this guy up here with the big old nose? Kaylee. Mr. Buford. Alright. That's Mr. Buford. Can somebody tell me who is this lady with the white hair? Anybody know who this lady is? Yes, Caroline. Caroline. Hey, and if that's Caroline, then who's this guy right here?
Ernest, what's his name?
Ernest? I don't know. I don't know, y'all say Ernest. And then William. Alright, let's check the answers. That's correct. Ernest Williams. Everything right there.
Why am I saying it?
It's not saying anything?
No.
Did you put all the name on there?
Yes.
Saying anything? Is everybody else saying anything? Yeah, y'all can get your hand in. Y'all should be good.
It's not working.
It's not working. Go to part one. Just get next to next. Alright, if you can, just get hand in. Alright, so let's go to slide number 9. This is our exit ticket. It should take us no longer than 5 minutes. Remember, this is our exit ticket. This will be our independent. This is the part you will be graded on. It's real simple. All you gotta do is label. Nah, it's just 2 questions. Just one more right below it. This is our independent part. So if you have any questions before we get started, I cannot help you after this part. If anybody has any questions before we get started, that's all right. All right. Remember, independent. This is our graded area. There's no talking, no phones. All you alone for 5 minutes. All right, y'all may begin. Finish early, you can grab your headphones and go make your way to iPad. Hey, it's still level 0. Easy, level 0. Hey, you too as well. Hey, this is still at level 0. We just keep it at level 0. No talking. It's our graded competition.